In the 2024 Peace and Dignity Journeys Run, participants embark on a 7-month prayer run from Fairbanks, Alaska and Tierra del Fuego, Argentina, converging at Cauca, Colombia. This journey emphasizes the commitment to prayer, underlining the obligation to strengthen spiritual connections among Indigenous peoples across the Western Hemisphere. I, Rory McCain, and Ethan Caudill-DeRego of Redwood Voice were able to meet up with the runners from the north as they arrived to stay with the Tolowa Dee-ni Nation for the evening. After the runners arrived at the XVR Community Hall greeted by applause, a circle was formed and everyone took turns introducing themselves. They then all participated in a group spiritual cleansing. After dinner, we were able to get an interview with event organizer Jose Malvido.
My name is Jose Malvido and I'm the North American coordinator, which spans from Alaska to Colombia.
So is there different coordinators for the span between Argentina and Colombia?
So the structure is that we have like many different coordinators, like from, Adelia's taking a large role, who's here, of organizing all of California. But we also have coordinators in either could be by state or regions, town, and my role is to organize all of them in order to make the run take place.
And when did the run start?
This time around it started May 2nd out of Fairbanks, Alaska. But the run itself started, it has an origin about at least 30 some years ago. It started out of a gathering in Ecuador where several hundred indigenous peoples from North Central and South America gathered. The elders and people from the community, from the Quechua people from South America, said that now is the time for the indigenous peoples from North, Central, and South to come together. So all native people from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego, Argentina, and even the Caribbean islands. For now's the time for people to reunite, not unite, reunite. Because in the past there has been ancestral connections through trade routes, through even people migrated from other areas. So now's the time for us to come together. This was a mandate after the gathering in Ecuador. And so they said, how can we do this in a traditional way? And so they decided ceremonial running. So ceremonial prayer running is one of the oldest forms of prayer. So that's how the Peace and Dignity Journeys was born. And the first run was in 1992, where runners started from, as we did in Alaska and others in the towards the bottom part of South America in southern Ecuador, or no, further in Chile. And then we ran.
We also talked to some of the runners about their experiences so far in the run.
My name is Tiffany Santana.
My name is Argelio Giron.
I'm Shanzi.
My name is Rafael Reyes Herrera. I'm a runner. Did not start off with the others in Alaska. Been joining them for about a week. But ever since 1996, I've been a part of the run in some way, somehow. It was in the year 2000 when I ran most of the route from British Columbia to Mexico City. At the time was the destination, but this year I'm running, started in Chehalis, southern Washington, to when it goes back to my territory in the desert, central Arizona.
Especially when I ran the entire way in 2012. There were some tribes that have historically not communicated, but when they run in and out with us, they get to meet the people in the following location that we're running to, and they've realized that they have a lot in common. And at the time, there was a lot of fracking up in Alaska, Yukon, and British Columbia, and so they had these political difficulties that they were both addressing in their own way. And so after PDJ, they were actually able to collaborate and take on some of those bigger initiatives head on.
It's challenging. It's a journey. There are some good days, bad days, but we're doing it for a good cause. So,
what would you say is the greatest challenge?
Challenge is the weather. Alaska through Yukon, Canada, we had to go through snow, wind, rain. So weather is a hard factor so far.
I imagine you're going to have the inverse issue once you get to South America.
Yeah, in Arizona, we're going to experience the hot 100-degree weather heat. So just the weather is a big challenge.
Have you had anybody have to tap out yet because of the temperature?
No.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what would you say is the most rewarding part of the whole
Rewarding part is just meeting different communities. You know, that's the goal. The goal is reaching Colombia, but just to touch each community and just try to interact and try to inspire, people, touch people's hearts in some way, and just focus on the prayer.
And what would you say is the most rewarding thing about participating?
Definitely a sense of unity, of gratefulness, of great spirituality. Meeting so many wonderful people and powerful people. They have such a strong spirituality in each individual way that they carry it.
And is there a message that you have for any other people that want to engage in this run in the future?
Definitely to reach out and get it started, even if it's in their own area, but not necessarily maybe the whole way, but of course they're open to it. They're welcome.
I'm a desert rat here in the Pacific Northwest, face to face with people sharing songs and just stories. So that is a fulfillment of the prophecy of the Eagle and the Condor, just to see each other as family, continental family, reunited family is just very uplifting.
We are definitely a grassroots organization, meaning that the people that are here want to be here, and we're putting in efforts to make this happen. And so, nobody's getting paid. Everything that we're doing is based off of donations, and so to keep it going, to maintain the vans, mainly gas. As we run into communities, of course, people feed us, but on the road, we definitely need help keeping the cars going. So folks can donate at pdjrun.com. And I encourage anybody to participate. It's really a beautiful way to meet people and connect with community.
The Peace and Dignity Journeys website states, "The runner's dedication transcends geographical boundaries, underscoring the imperative nature of fostering unity and respect among Indigenous peoples." There was a loving atmosphere throughout the whole evening, a feeling in the air of peace and acceptance that can sometimes be hard to find in rural communities like ours. Also, it was incredible to get to meet and talk to all the participants about where they're from and what the run means to them personally. For more information on the runner's progress or the Peace and Dignity Journeys run as a whole, visit www.pdjrun.com. For Redwood Voice, I'm Rory McCain.